Formula One has taken over Las Vegas. What were your thoughts? I mean, because I know that we've seen the updates for a long time about where it's going to be, how it's going to look, the old mock-ups of what they want it to look like. Where does it stand right now on Wednesday with the race just a handful of days away?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, as soon as we get in, I always say that as a team, but I got in Monday night because Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. we had our first meeting and we went over to walk towards the track and just check out the facilities, check out where we're going. The commentary booth, I'll be commentating for the track TV. So basically anything that you see on the big screens, right? Like we have a great team at IMS doing that, with Alan Bestwick, Dave Calabro, those guys. We're going to be that broadcast, but it's still, that's like, there's a lot to that. I'm going to be reporting in the pits at times as well. Doing some different stuff here and there. And we obviously have multiple teams too. There's a team of people that are doing stuff with fans, like over by the Sphere. There's like a whole part of the track by the Sphere, like the big Las Vegas Sphere. And then also another team in another area of the track as well. The track is massive, 3.8 miles. Like it is. After driving it last night, just enormous. But coming into just starting off, right, coming into the airport, F1 is everywhere. Every ad is, there's a Michelob Ultra ad with Alex Albon and Logan Sargent on every door. There's a Lewis Hamilton ad everywhere. There's race helmets in the baggage claim. It is heavily milked. F1 has heavily milked this whole program. Talking to the taxi driver on the way in, he's like, "Oh yeah, the traffic's been terrible," and it was like, even when I got in late at night, like 8:30 p.m., 9 p.m. The whole Las Vegas Boulevard is essentially under construction, and there's a lot of adjustments that are being made. There's to see it as well. When you get onto Las Vegas Boulevard and you see what has been done, the light gantries over every single part of the track to light every bit of the track. The way the walls have been set up already, very similar to, like, obviously IndyCar has great street races. So we've seen that done before, but it is a truly impressive facility that they have built. Like it is astounding when you walk basically right out of your hotel casino and you see this giant racetrack building. They've got this huge, 4-story thing that's right where the pit lane is, and all these things that have been constructed for people to watch. I mean, there's the Red Bull area. I mean, it all looks like the most expensive thing I've ever seen. And for a racetrack in general, I mean, I don't even think I see the same stuff at COTA. Like COTA, if you go to COTA for the Formula One race, they have a ton of stuff set up, a lot of suites and everything. But this stuff there might be it's smaller. There's not going to be as many people as COTA, but like some of the structures that they have literally put into the city of Las Vegas is astounding. It's almost like mind numbing. Which is crazy.
So we're not looking Firefest. So you were proven wrong.
No.
Very good. Nice.
Well, so here's the thing. Did a lap of the track last night. Last night was the first night that they officially shut down Las Vegas Boulevard, officially shut down the streets so they could kind of finish the work. And there are people also. I also was. We were out on Monday night. Got in. Went out to celebrate Lando Norris's birthday. Lando Norris shot me an invite to his birthday dinner, which I was very excited, very cool. It was very nice of him to do that. But obviously, we had a late evening. I was coming back to the hotel about 3:30 in the morning. Everyone's still working on the track. Like the track is full, like people running around the road, stuff going on, construction just happening constantly. And so it was the same last night. Last night, again, at the track, 2 a.m. call to get in the car and film a segment for evaluating the track. And there are hundreds, if not thousands of people putting walls in place, putting things up here and there, making sure everything, they got track cleaners running all over the place. Like it is I mean, they're going to be working every hour up until, the first practice. I really do think that. And talking to some of the folks, they do. I mean, when you inject money into anything, you can always make it work, it seems like. But it's amazing. It's amazing to see that this was essentially just, I mean, this was Las Vegas, right? But Las
Uh-huh.
Vegas has been like almost permanently altered. But it's just amazing to see that there is a Formula One circuit of the quality that it is. Like driving the track, it's a real racetrack, and it is. I mean, it is high quality. The curbs, the surface. Um, it's not, there's not a ton of character to it. It's a lot of long straights. They're going to be flying. Like the speed is going to be so high, and the straights last forever. So there has a potential to be a lot of passing, a lot of overtaking, which could be great for racing. Um, but still a lot of work. They're going to be working on that thing till the very last second. I have a feeling, because there's just small things, right? Like you end up having to move, tiny things here and there, small adjustments, get everything cleaned up. All the craziness that has gone on. They're moving forklifts every 50 feet. You know what I mean? They're putting in
Yeah.
all kinds of giant walls in place. They had a forklift breakdown. Well, that limits a bunch of things. You know what I mean? Got to replace a forklift, right? So
Uh-huh.
it's crazy.
Man, yeah, that sounds like they maybe listen to the pod and they're ensuring everything they can to make sure that they don't end up like Billy McFarland and the Fire Fest.
Yeah,
So it'd be good.
I
Now
will say
they don't do
no,
parade laps, right? Or
no. Well, in what sense?
well, just because I was thinking, if you're on the in-track feed, I would love for you to give a little homage to Dave Calabro. Channel your best Dave, and when they're coming around, all right, Vegas fans, give them a wave. Who are you cheering for? Maybe give out a
I
few
mean,
of
I
those.
I might. I think we have the ability to do that. And right before the start of the race, they obviously leave the grid. They got the warm-up lap, formation lap, and then they
Yeah,
pull up.
yeah, do that, do that.
Yeah, I think I should do a very old school American call out. That would be quite funny. It's
Yeah,
I did predict that this race would be Fire Festival. Now, I do very Fire Festival esque. I fully admit that, and it's not over yet. So I don't know, but
good.
I will definitely. I've been treated very well. There's a lot of great people now that I've seen, working on this track. There's even Bill Van de Zandt, who worked at IndyCar for so many years. He's here. Got to see him last night. He's obviously helping put this together. He works with Formula One now, and he's a great guy. Um, Colin Hale, who was the team manager at Carlin when I qualified on pole. I think I mentioned that earlier, but he's heavily involved in working with this event, and they're working nonstop. So I gotta give them a lot of credit. It looks insane, dude. There's a casino and a wedding chapel in the paddock, like in the racing paddock. The MGM has set up an all see-through semi-permanent structure that has a roulette table in it, like red carpet floor, a blackjack table, a bar, and a wedding chapel. I mean, I've never seen anything like that before in my life. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be in Vegas and not have those things. It's funny seeing this like foreign kind of intake, like we're like playing to the foreigners. It's like if you had something in Texas, like the only thing that would be there would just be like cowboys and old saloons. And if you had
Oh
one in
yeah.
New York, it would be like corn cobs and basketball goals and whatnot. They're just fully going in on like, oh yes, world travelers. Everything that you've read and heard about Las Vegas is true. It's only gambling and love chapels to come get married to somebody you just had a one night stand with.
And everything is LED lit. Like, so it's all,
Yeah, yeah.
everything's an LED light. Everything is you know, we it's the funny part too is there's some concession stands up there, right? There's like, oh yeah, hey fans, like let's go, get our hot dogs and our pork sandwiches, whatever we want. You know what I mean?
What are those running you? Like $46 a pop?
Well, I didn't see prices, but like this, the concession stands are like, this is Wolfgang Puck food. You know what I mean? Like there's a prime rib grilled cheese and like,
Oh
some
yeah.
very executive food items that I looked and I was like, huh, that's not
Yeah.
necessarily just like a, a
A
hot
chicken
dog.
tender basket? Yeah.
No chicken tender. It's all everything's got a very elegant twist to it. So gonna be wild to see. Opening ceremonies are tonight. I'm not exactly sure what happens during those, but I'm sure there seems to be a concert for every session every night. The Vegas Sphere too, by the way, it is everything everyone talks it up to be. I was doing the track lap. I'm driving in the car, and there's a whole Sphere section where the cars are literally right next to the Sphere. And I look
Yeah.
up at it, and I'm like, holy crap! Like I didn't even we're really right here in the Sphere, and it is
What
it
was it
is
lit up as?
yeah, all Formula One stuff now.
Yeah.
So it's like Formula One logo, Aston Martin, like teams, team logos, stuff like that. Pirelli.
Sure.
But yeah, man, it's everything that it's cracked up to be. It's everything that it's talked about to be. And yeah, there's so I will give it credit so far. It definitely, I know there's been a lot of controversy about it. People are hating the traffic. Again, I don't have to leave my hotel, so I I don't have to deal with the traffic, thank God. But I might go on an adventure today to try to try to go shopping, do something, because I don't really do much during the day today. But yeah, pretty
I was gonna
wild so
say,
far.
do you have to be at opening ceremonies? What do you have to wear?
I don't know. Tonight's our rehearsal. Our rehearsal is basically right as opening ceremonies goes on. So
Okay.
just fairly relaxed tonight. Still, just gonna try to get a feel for the system, see what's going on, and really just see what's happening.
Have you had any insight, being somebody who's going to be one of the voices of the track while it's going on there? Have you had any insight or peeks at like a list of the celebrities that are going to be there on the race night morning?
Funny you ask. Yes, we did get a full list of the official celebrities coming to the race for partners. For basically, these are all the folks that are officially tied to companies, right? So, Alpine Formula One team is going to have these folks. Williams Formula One is going to have these folks. The promoter is going to have these folks. The track is F1 is going to have these folks. Official sponsor guests. You know what I mean? LeBron James, Tom Brady, Rihanna. It's big names. Ryan Reynolds. These are folks that
It,
are
wor-
not
it worked
small
out
names.
for LeBron to be able to be there in season. That's pretty wild.
Apparently, LeBron is going to be there. Yeah. So
Huh.
I don't know what's going to happen, but there I could keep going. Sean White, Nina Dobrev, Killian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy, really?
Yeah, yeah. So it's going to be cool. There weren't any people that I was like really like, oh wow, I know all of those people, right? Like that would be
Yeah.
sweet. But there's also like who else is going to show up? You know what I mean? Like the driver guests, like who are the drivers going to invite? People like that. It should be pretty cool to see. There's definitely an impressive lineup of musicians as well that are going to be performing. So they've got it stacked up. They've got it stacked up.
Well, that's awesome, man. That sounds like a whole hell of a lot of fun. I'm glad I'm not there, but I'm also sad that I'm missing it. It's a little bit of both, because it seems like a lot, seems like a headache because I'd be one of the folks who would have to deal with traffic, who would have to, you know what I mean? But at the same
Yeah.
time, it would be sweet to be a part of it, see it, love doing that. So that's
Well, it's
exciting.
great. It's great as well
Really exciting.
because old James Hinchcliffe and Will Buxton, friend of the show, we're all in the same hotel, thankfully, so we get to at least hang out and be able to interact, and so that's always a good time as well when you're nearby the homies.
Oh, Jimmy Hinch. Yeah, that's great.
Jimmy, yep.
That's good. That's good. All right. Well, that's the happenings in the Formula One world and the rundown there from CD. I'm sure obviously follow him on all socials. You'll be posting Instagram stories and tweets, I'm sure, of what you're doing, the whole scene out there.
This is also, yeah, I will be trying to keep people updated on the Instagrams, the TikToks, the Twitter. Just
Yeah,
going to be like an F1 influencer this weekend. Just going to
hey
try
now.
to be my best F1 influencer. And fun fact, this is almost like a random Indy 500 driver fact. But the last Formula One race in Las Vegas, the last F1 street race, was 1982. And 1982, the last point scorer to leave with a point, which points in Formula One back then were first place to sixth place. Only six positions scored points.
Yep.
The sixth place finisher, the last point scorer in Las Vegas Formula One, was my dad, Derek Daly. So
Oh, very
kind of
nice.
kind of cool to have a bit of history at this event. He was driving for Williams. So Williams, I definitely plan on going by and saying, "Hey, you guys got any cool pictures like you can send me?" uh,
Yeah.
my dad's been tweeting it up too. He's definitely been trying to get that going. But pretty cool little tie to the Formula One race. However many years, 40, 50, 100 million years later, now I'm here working it. So it's kind of cool.